Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to support the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks. Today's video is all about Jack Ginnivan, and I guess we'll go to the one that everyone would know by now, the way he gets tackled by Redman, and this isn't a free kick. At the start of the year, Jack Ginnivan did drop his knees and lift the arm to cause the high contact. The AFL actually released a statement saying that this would no longer be a free kick. He individually changed the rules, even though Joel Selwood has been doing this ever since he started. But for some reason now, when Jack Ginnivan does it, it's a problem, which doesn't make sense to me because he is a first-year player and Joel Selwood's been getting away with this for over a decade. Round 1, 2022, this is what Jack Ginnivan looked like. This is what his profile picture still looks like on the AFL website. And whatever reason, Game 2, he decided to stand out from the crowd, and he has that look that we're all familiar with now, which is the bleach blonde hair. I just thought this was a little bit interesting. After Jack Ginnivan's debut and his very first win in the AFL, he took to the ground with his own GoPro, somewhat interviewing the players and just getting everyone's reaction. This copped a lot of criticism for some reason. I'm not sure why. He's a 19-year-old kid who was just videoing his friends and his own reaction to winning his very first game. And of course, Kane, of all people, was very critical on him. This led to the next Collingwood banner reading, "Kane, the fun police." Jack Ginnivan has stated before that he looks up to Joel Selwood. He was always a player that he wanted to be. It's just funny that he used his own tactic against Joel to get the free, and you can see Selwood is pissed about it.
The Pies.
What about this though? What about that? Would you advise him to get the dive out of his game?
It's cynical, but it's helping his team.
I just think it's a lot to ask. I'd rather see him establish himself first and then bring that extra element into your game.
While I do agree with Corns there a little bit, you do have to establish yourself, but he's also trying to make a name for himself in a very well-established team in Collingwood. He wants to be able to keep playing. Again, he's 19 years old. I was critical on him early last year in the ANZAC round, but I think he's a genuine forward who has a lot of talent. He's young. Give him a chance, Kane. The 2022 ANZAC medal went to none other than Jack Ginnivan after he kicked 5 goals. I think this is probably the turning point in his first year as a Pie, as this made his name quite popular for all the right reasons this time. There was a little bit of controversy there, as you see Jack Ginnivan tells the Essendon fans to shush, be quiet. When I first saw this video, I didn't like it, but I don't mind it now. He followed it up not too long after that with a contender for Goal of the Year after evading 3 defenders and kicking an awesome goal. Then it almost seemed as if teams were targeting Jack Ginnivan just because they know that Jack Ginnivan gets under people's skin. Maybe the opposition teams were trying to do the same to him. This actually resulted in suspensions for both Mansell from Richmond and Switkowski from Freo.
And so we can hear the umpires saying
a double forearm to the back of it.
Into the path of Crisp, has continued to run, and here he is. Ginnivan tried to do the team thing, he couldn't find it. Young slipped over. Ginnivan again going in. Switkowski pins him.
And a chicken wing. That's a dead set free kick right there. He went for the see if he could draw the free kick.
Switkowski pins him.
What did you make of the Jack Ginnivan situation yesterday? For someone who's now played 15 games of football, he can attract some attention, Lord. Opposition supporters, opposition coaches, certainly opposition teams target him. Now, this free kick early in the game was paid. Now, his knees conveniently buckle. It's what good forwards do. And look, I think it's a line ball call, but you couldn't have a major problem with that.
You're not being as effective as you could be because you're out of the contest too easy, and that's what I did.
Yep.
I changed it, didn't get any more frees, but I felt better for the way I was playing.
I think Lordo puts this perfectly. At the start, Jack Ginnivan, his first priority is to get the free kick, but if it doesn't get paid, he's at a disadvantage. So I think what Lordo is saying, and very good advice from a veteran forward, is to make the free kick the secondary thing. Play the ball first and then get the free kick if it's there. I know that might be a little bit hard to say, it might be a bit blasé, but what Lordo's trying to say is not rely on that free kick. As we saw later in the year, it wasn't paid for many times. More so because he was dropping the knees and lifting the arm. That can't be your first go-to because, as we saw, the umpires clued in on it and he wasn't getting paid any free kicks. Jack Ginnivan and Isaac Quainer followed a stupid TikTok trend where you would say the girl's a whatever out of 10, but then they've either got something positive or negative. We've all seen the trend. It's old now, but the media found out about this and they ran it endlessly. I remember seeing the original video on Jack's TikTok and I didn't think anything of it, but I guess the fun police were out again and made them apologise for talking down about fictional women who don't even exist. Yet again, the media blew this one way out of proportion. This is just two guys having fun. There's nothing to it. And of course, probably the most ridiculous part of the whole AFL 2022 season was when Jack Ginnivan almost had his head clean ripped off by Mason Redman and there was no free kick. Even if Jack did duck the knees and cause a high contact, Redman held on with the high tackle, probably because he knew he was going to give away a free, and he's held on to him for dear life, even though because he held on for so long, there's still no free kick. This was insane.
Is that a significant enough dropping at the knees?